Speculation and attempts to outguess or corner the coffee market continued unabated. In ensuing years, the coffee drama repeated itself many times, with rumors of over- or underproduction, war, disease, and manipulation. With the era of larger and larger Brazilian crops, especially since 1894, prices dropped for several years, down to 4.25 cents a pound for Brazilian beans in November 1898. In 1899, Brazil was quarantined due to a serious outbreak of bubonic plague. Turning bullish, the coffee men, rejoicing in the sorrows of others, called it the bubonic plague boom, as coffee advanced, temporarily, to 8.25 cents. John Arbuckle, the coffee magnate, took the stand to testify in an antitrust case in 1897. There will be a failure of the crops in Brazil, and the price will run way up. They will have a big crop, and it goes way down. The fact is, since I have been in the business here since 1870, 19 or 20 of the men have failed on that account. There appears to be no help for it. Coffee is the most speculative business in the world. In 1904, novelist Cyrus Townsend Brady penned The Corner in Coffee, a melodramatic tale of love, betrayal, bears, bulls, and coffee speculation. He conducted research by interviewing coffee dealers, brokers, and members of the coffee exchange. I acquired enough information about speculation in coffee to cause me to make a solemn resolution never to touch it, except as a beverage, Brady Riley noted in his preface. In the book, the original mastermind behind a coffee corner reverses himself in order to save his girlfriend's money. He helps to break it in the most dramatic scene of the book. The corner was breaking. It was broken. He forced his way through the great crowds until he reached the floor of the exchange. Around the coffee pit, pandemonium reigned. It was the center, the vortex of a seething maelstrom of passion. One sale succeeded another, and the market was going down, 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 down. Screaming men were frantically shaking their nervous hands aloft before Druitt, the junior partner of Cutter, Druitt & Company, who was selling as imperturbably as he had bought. The exchange was in a perfect roar. Clothes were torn. A man fell and was trampled by the maddened crowd. Coffee fell 20 cents a pound in 2 hours. Eventually, by the turn of the century, it became more and more difficult to manipulate the overwhelming volume of beans that flooded the market. The crops of 1901 to 1902 came in at 15 million bags, much bigger than anyone predicted, and demoralized the coffee market throughout the world. The position of the coffee-producing countries was pitiful, Abram Wakeman wrote. Many were ruined. This was especially so in the mild coffee districts, located at great distances from the ports of shipment. The Great Coffee-Sugar War. As the 19th century roared to its climactic end, business titans John Arbuckle and H.O. Havemeyer clashed. Arbuckle used an enormous amount of refined sugar for his coffee glaze. At first, he simply ordered most of it from the American Sugar Refining Company, owned by H.O. Havemeyer, the king of the Sugar Trust. Then Arbuckle decided to diversify from coffee into sugar. Why not package sugar in 1-pound packages, just as he did his coffee? Known as a predatory businessman, Havemeyer already had driven most competitors out of business. Outspoken, gruff, and dictatorial, Havemeyer saw nothing wrong in predatory pricing to drive out competition, but he was of course happy to allow Arbuckle to sell sugar as long as the coffee magnate bought his product. Arbuckle, who had always sought vertical integration, control of a business at every stage of production, decided to build his own sugar refinery and go into competition with Havemeyer. Late in 1896, Havemeyer summoned coffee broker Herman Sielken. He asked me in which way he could do a large business in roasted coffee, Sielken recalled later. I told him that the brand had to be known, principally to the women, who are usually the buyers of coffee. He suggested